My colleague Freud will tell you that you are the product of your past, that your childhood wounds explain your present unhappiness, that you are in some essential way what happened to you, causes deliberately. I am telling you the opposite. No experience is in itself a cause of our success or failure. We do not suffer from the shock of our experiences, the so-called trauma. We make out of them whatever suits our purposes. We are not determined by our experiences. We are determined by the meaning we give them. The question is not what happened to you. The question is what you are using it for. The person who says, I cannot go out because of my past, that is a goal. The goal is not going out. The past is the excuse. And the difference between those two things is the difference between a prisoner and a free person. You are not your past. You are what you choose to do with it right now. You want to be recognized. You want to be praised. You want to know that other people approve of what you are doing. This is, I acknowledge, a deeply human desire, and I am going to tell you something about it that you will not want to hear. There is no need to seek recognition from others. In fact, one must not seek it, because the moment your sense of worth depends on what another person decides about you, you have handed control of your life to them. You are no longer living, you are performing. To live constantly gauging other people's feelings, adjusting yourself to what they want, trying to be all things to all people, this is not a generous life. It is not a kind life. It is a profoundly unfree one. You are not living in accordance with your values. You are living in accordance with their judgments. Living to satisfy the expectations of others is choosing to lie to them and to yourself every day. Is that really the life you want? I want you to ask yourself one question about every difficulty you have in your relationships. One question only. Whose task is this? That is all. Whose task is it? Your task is to live according to your values, to show up honestly, to do your best. The other person's task, entirely theirs, not yours, is how they judge you, how they react, whether they like you or not. You cannot do their task for them. You cannot control it, and attempting to control it is the source of most of your suffering. Alexander the Great stood before the Gordian knot, impossibly tangled, tied by 1,000 hands over centuries, and he drew his sword and cut through it in one stroke. The interpersonal knots you carry, the worrying about what they think, the adjusting, the managing, those knots are not yours to untangle. Do your task. Let them do theirs. The distance this creates is not coldness. It is the only condition under which real relationship is even possible. The person who is obsessed with what others think of them, who is constantly monitoring how they are being perceived, constantly adjusting, this person believes they are deeply concerned with others. They are not. They are concerned only with themselves. The I is the only thing they can see. You are not the center of the world. You are a protagonist of your own life. Yes, but you are also a member of a community, a part of a whole, and belonging, real belonging, the feeling that it is simply okay to be here. That is not something given to you. It is something you create by contributing. Happiness is not being admired. I want to be very clear about this. Happiness is a feeling that you are of use to someone, that your existence makes a difference to the community you belong to, not self-sacrifice. Adler is not asking you to disappear. He is asking you to shift the question. Not what will they think of me, but what can I contribute to them. That shift from attachment to self, to concern for others, That is the whole movement. And when you make it, other people's judgments of you lose their power, because you are no longer living for their verdict. You are living for the contribution. I want to ask you something. If you were to choose between two lives, one in which everyone likes you and one in which some people do not, which would you choose? Most of you would say the first, and I understand that. I would not choose the first. Being disliked by someone is not a failure. It is proof that you are living freely, that you are making choices based on your own values, rather than managing the opinions of others. Freedom in interpersonal relationships is not the absence of conflict. The cost of freedom simply is that some people will not like you. Life is not a mountain to climb with a summit to reach. It is a dance. The goal of dancing is not to arrive somewhere. It is to dance fully, here, now, in this moment. Not the tentative life of someone waiting to begin. This moment, as it is your life, not en route to something. This. Have the courage to be disliked. Have the courage to be normal. Have the courage to live not for their verdict, but for your own.